Today's video is brought to you in collaboration with Backswing.com, a golf publication offering insight from top pros for the game of golf. Visit Backswing.com today to help fix your game.
Hi there, welcome back. My name is Richard Rice. I'm the PGA Director of Instruction at Colonial Heritage Golf Club. In this video, I'm going to help you stop topping and blading your irons. Now, more often than not, when we're topping and blading irons, it's an issue of standing up out of the shot, or it's an issue of not creating the proper downwards blow into the back of the ball. So today we're going to talk about both of those issues. I'm going to give you a few ideas, give you a couple drills to work on. We'll take care of you topping and blading those iron shots. Stay tuned.
Okay, before we get started, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that little bell for notifications so you can see more great videos just like this one.
All right, so let's start by talking about that early extension issue. You know, standing up out of the shots, we're bringing our center away from the ball, and that's really making us top and blade these shots. So number one, the biggest issue I see is just created in the address position. So many people are getting into a posture at address that may look decent to the naked eye, may look good on camera, but they're just incapable of keeping that posture throughout the swing. So inevitably they're going to stand up out of the shot and start topping and blading shots. So what we need to do is make sure that we fix your posture at address here. So, you know, old school instruction used to talk about a nice flat back position. We see that out of Rory, we see that out of Adam Scott. You know, those two are great athletes with awesome swings, with really good mobility. We may not be as good as they are at keeping our range of motion going from that position. So what we're going to do is get you into a setup that's going to allow you to stay in your posture a little bit better. So that's going to look like this. We'll stand up nice and tall. Unlock the knees, right? We don't want a lot of knee flex, so we're just going to unlock the knees. Here's the key. Let's keep our belt line level to the horizon. I'm trying to keep my butt more underneath me, and I'm going to point my chest down towards the golf ball. Now, as you see this on camera, you're going to notice there's a slight roundness to my back up in the thoracic spine area. That is okay, and there's been many good golfers, Hall of Famers, to set up to the ball just this way, right? I think for the average player like you and me, we are going to have a much easier time staying in our posture from this position versus this position, right? All right, so for most people, that's going to cure most of our early extension issues where we're standing up out of the shot early. If it doesn't, I see one more leading cause of that. So for players that get that club face coming down really open in the downswing, now we've got to do something to square that face up. Otherwise, I'm going to bring the club in like this and either hit it way right or even worse, shank it off the hosel here. So when people have this open face, what they start to do is they extend their trail arms too early because look, that helps me square up the club face a little bit. Well, unfortunately, now I'm actually in a position that I'm going to hit the ground behind the ball. So subconsciously, my body and mind realize this. And what I have to do is I have to create room to make that move. So now that I'm creating room, there's this element of timing to my swing. And unless I time it perfectly, I'm either going to chunk it or top it. So we have to find a way to stop making this move here to square up the club face. So I'm not going to get into too much about squaring up the club face, but just so you know, on the way down in the downswing here, we want to see this face pointing towards the ball and towards the ground much sooner. We do not want to be swinging down with the heel leading the toe of the club. Instead, we'd rather see the toe out in front of the heel as we swing down into the downswing. Now I can continue my pivot. My face is nice and square, and notice now I've got this proper bent trail arm at impact here. Okay, so I don't have to do anything at the bottom to square that face up. So fix your posture and let's fix your club face and see if that does not take care of your early extension issues. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier in the video, the second issue for topping the ball can be not getting the proper downwards blow with the club into the back of the ball. So a lot of players will be coming in too shallow and that club's not moving too far downwards. And that just puts the club in a position to either bottom out too soon behind the ball or we compensate somewhere during the swing and we make a move which makes us blade the ball. So if we can get you more of a downwards angle of attack into the back of the ball, we're going to take care of some of these top shots. And again, that's if you're staying in your posture properly. So here's a nice simple drill I give people. What you're going to do is fold your towel over, and we're going to put it on the ground a good 4 or 5 inches behind the ball. Now, nice simple one here. The only goal I have in mind is hitting this golf ball without hitting the towel, right? So if I have that too shallow angle of attack, I will tend to drag through the towel, send the towel flying. If I create the proper angle of attack, we should be able to hit down on the ball properly. So let's make sure we're creating that proper angle. Here's a nice simple drill to get you there. I'll go ahead and hit one more for you. Okay, so on the note of proper angle of attack, remember that a downwards angle of attack simply comes from having some shaft lean. In other words, my shaft is leaning somewhat towards the target at impact. If I have that shaft lean, we know that 99% of the time I am hitting down on the ball. Many of you are getting rid of that angle too soon, maybe in an attempt to scoop the ball up into the air or to lift the ball into the air somehow. Regardless, if we are making this move where we're losing these angles too soon, we're going to hit a lot of topped and bladed shots. So we really need to learn to hang on to these angles a little bit longer. So I've got one more good drill for you here. So I've got a ball here. I'm going to hit this one, and I've got a ball about 10 to 12 inches behind this one. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to preset some shaft lean. I'm going to swing the club back over top of this ball, making sure I miss that ball on the way down, right? So if I get rid of this angle too soon, good chance that I hit the ball in the back. If I do this properly, we should, so preset this angle, we should be able to hit decent shots without hitting the ball in the back. Okay, so again, let's keep this nice and simple. All we really need to do to stop blading and topping these shots is create the proper downwards angle of attack into the back of the ball and make sure we're not standing up out of the shot early. So make sure you take a look and figure out, hey, is it maybe my posture at address causing me to stand up out of the shot? Is it maybe that wide open club face in the downswing that would cause me to stand up out of the shot? Once we get those in order, we do these drills to create the proper downwards blow in the back of the ball. You'll stop topping and blading that ball in no time. So hopefully this helps for you. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to leave it down in the comments below. Thank you so much. Have a great day.